Hi guys, welcome to Fourth Quarter Podcast. This is a podcast for entrepreneurs, run by entrepreneurs. This first episode is going to be about who we are, how we came to be, and what we're going to be about. I'm your host, Christian, also known as Wasted Talent.
My name is Jordan. I'm co-founder of Zero to Alpha, an online fitness coaching program. And you might know me as JDT Lab.
I'm Temoc, the Lone Star Barber.
I'm Tuan. You might know me as Tuan.Noodles, and I'm the founder of Muscle Me.
So guys, to begin, let's talk about who we are. And not just who we are as individuals, but how we came to be who we are. How our business helped us develop into who we are now. Because I feel like, personally, everyone's an individual, but our business brings us together. This is like where we share the values the most. You know, this is how we came together as me and JD had the first conversations about bringing a group of like-minded men, such as yourselves, in this room. And just basically share a bit about your journey. So JD, over to you, bro.
Yeah, well, I remember you showed me a text, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you showed me a text. And to be honest, like in Melbourne, in Australia in general, it's hard to find like-minded people, like-minded hustlers, I would say. And it's hard to find them in real life. But the easiest place is online. I think we met online first, or we met at the Pinnacle Barbershop.
Nah, it's a barbershop,
yeah,
bro.
So I used to work at a barbershop.
Yeah.
I used to work at the Pinnacle Barbershop. And we met there. But then I just saw you grind online and you saw me grind online.
Yeah.
And that's when you reached out.
Yeah.
And we were saying how we were talking, we met up, we're like, fuck, there's no fucking hustlers, bro. You know, there's no like-minded people. And well, we asked the question, how can we find more hustlers?
Yeah.
How can we connect more people together?
Yeah.
And this is how it started. Eh? We just started reaching out to random people.
Yeah.
Well, not to random people, but to people that we deemed were hustlers as well.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. And then that's where we met Temoc and Tuan as well, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How did you reach out first, Juan? How did you get connected to the group?
So my introduction to the group was actually through JD. It was a very similar story to you guys. I saw his content online. I really liked what he was doing. I was constantly commenting, supporting, and pushing his content out.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just from that, we I don't know, gained an unlikely bond.
Yeah.
And that's how I ended up in this group. And that's how I'm here in this room with you guys now.
Oh, nice, bro. Well, Temoc, you and me, it's funny JD
we
said
go.
with the barbershop, bro, because Temoc was cutting all of our friends before, and he had this drive to want to get out of, you know, working for someone else, and he said, I want to go like self-employed. So as soon as he started vocalizing that, I was like, oh, Temo, you got to come meet this group of boys that, you know, we're starting to build with. That's how you came to be.
Well, pretty much, yeah, because you and me are like best friends. So, you know, we had that same creative mindset, you know,
Yeah.
at the same time. And like I expressed that I wanted to start something, and then you're the one who kind of pushed me to like do it. Because I remember speaking to you and we did that video that one time. And that's pretty much where the Lone Star Barber was created,
Yeah.
you know?
And now it's its own self-running machine.
now,
bro.
yeah.
It's picking up momentum. People know you as that now.
Well, pretty much, yeah, because I just got tired of being at the barbershop and being like working for someone and being like, I have to work within the confines of a brand. I was like, I want to create my own brand, you know? I was like, you know what? I was like, I got to do something for myself that I can have an expression of me. You know what I'm saying?
100%,
Nice.
bro. And then that perfectly transitions into the same with JD. We met at the barbershop, and I remember, bro, it was Levi actually that was like, yo, you gotta link with JD, because JD's just like, you know, we're here, everyone's grinding and whatever, but he's like, JD's just like here, just like, nah, I got this. And then that's how the first conversations actually started, bro. And I started seeing you doing all your, was it food reviews you were doing first,
Yeah, I was doing
bro?
food reviews.
Yeah.
I was doing food reviews. Yeah, I was doing that for a bit, and I actually took off in food reviews. Honestly, I could have kept going, but I was like, I don't want to be a fat motherfucker, bro. And it goes fully against the brand, I guess, because I'm a fitness coach.
Yeah.
But I like how, you know, we started with just me, you, and Nate. Yeah, just three guys. And now there's like, what, 10, 11 of us?
So far, yeah.
Yeah, bro, yeah. There's going to be more guys on this podcast as well after us.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
But it's mean because everyone comes from a different walk of life, you know? Like we have Hispanic. We have a Hispanic from Texas.
Oh yeah.
Shout out
Represent.
Texas.
Born and raised Houston, Texas, baby.
The only Texas barber.
The only Texan
Only
barber in
Texas
Melbourne,
barber.
Australia.
Yeah, bro. We have everyone, bro. It's actually beautiful to see. But I think what really brings us all together is the mindset.
100%.
You know, we're all trying to be someone. We all want to be someone. You know, we all believe that we can get to that next level in life. But we also realize that you can't do it alone. Legit, you can't do it alone. Because at the end of the day, bro, well, 4 minds are always better than 1. You know what I mean? And like what Tuan said, you said that all it took was just commenting on one of my videos. You know, and then I keep commenting on yours, and then the
Yeah.
love just got pushed back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much what most of us have done, right? Up
Yeah.
until this point, we just push each other up in one form or another. And I think that's something I really appreciate about this group, and I think something that most men could really benefit from. You know, just have a group of people to really push them up in whatever endeavors that they want or pursuing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember that, like, I hadn't even met you yet, and I was already commenting and liking all your stuff, and I was like, oh, this guy's got some good
Yeah.
stuff going, you know?
I feel like we knew each other before we
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
met
before-
each
yeah,
other.
exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Would you say that that's that, like, not only brand magnet, but like moral magnet? You were watching JD, you just liked his stuff, and that's like, I guess, the connection with the food, right? Noodles, JD was doing. Was it through the food videos you commented, or do you reckon it was fit?
Everything, bro. I just liked everything he stood for.
Yeah, exactly, right? But that shows like JD going out on his own, because you were the only one doing it at the time, bro. You didn't actually have like the network you do now and stuff. You weren't running the businesses. You just thought, like, what made you just go, oh, I'm gonna do food? Like, why did you start with that?
Fuck, I don't even know. I don't even know. I was doing barber content first.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I just started recording myself eating pies. Yeah, if you guys remember that series though.
Yeah,
the eating
100%.
Yeah, because I'm from New Zealand.
It was a comparison, right? I was in NZ, who does it better?
I was comparing
yeah,
it,
crazy.
everyone was going crazy, bro.
You still got we got a lot of dirt on each other, bro, to catch up with the Oz versus NZ pies, bro. I still got to settle a few of them scores.
But it'll be really interesting to hear about what everyone actually does. Yeah, because this is a podcast for entrepreneurs. So, Christian, bro, you know, what do you do? What's your background and everything as well?
Oh, bro, well, so I've been doing clothing since, 2011, bro. I started just designing shirts at home, literally on my computer. Printed a few, and then it just kind of took off, bro. I was doing it with my good friends back in Canberra. I was lucky growing up. I had a great group of friends around me that actually believed in what I was doing, and they supported me 100%. And they really were always like, yo, you got all these creative ideas, bro. Like, you really need to do something with it. I think that was also where I got my first sense of like, you know, as much as you want to do it on your own, because as a designer, it's always just going to be a solo endeavor, but you need a community of people to back you. So I was lucky I had that. And through clothing, bro, it just kind of transition into the machine it is now, where I'll do jewelry, clothing still, like I still have my own brand, but I'll help other brands with styling. I'll help other brands with lookbooks. I'll help other brands, you know, even putting collections together. And now it's got me doing like actual brand campaigns. I will do creative direction, art direction. So that's me, I guess, in a nutshell. And that's what I do.
Man,
Yeah.
man, that's sick, bro. You've done some clothes for like what, famous people as well, yeah?
Bro, yeah, like, look, so at the start, it took off really weird. The first guy to hit me up, well, not hit me up, but he saw one of our friends wearing it, and that friend called me up and was like, yo, Smooth from the song Teach Me How to Dougie.
Oh,
Yeah, you know that song, right?
Yeah, well, teach me how to
Yeah,
do it.
yeah.
Of course,
And I was
bro.
like, bro, of all the weird jokes to play, I was like, why that? And he's like, no, I'm being for real. So he hit me up. I thought it was a big grand prank to start with, bro. We gave him the first jumper I ever made. I made 20, and one of those 20 went to him. Cali Swag District was the group. And then it just kind of trickled on, bro. We gave clothes to Omarion. We gave clothes to Fabulous Crew when they did a tour. We got to hand clothes over to guys at Sony for Joey Badass, ASAP Ferg. I never know if they got them shirts, but we're hoping. Yeah, bro. And then I got a lot of opportunities early on to do fashion shows, which I actually declined, bro, because I thought at the time I wasn't ready. And I think that's a part of this type of, conversations people don't really have. The honesty of like, am I ready? I think a lot of men, especially young men, are always just like hustle, 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 best foot forward, which is good. But, I was really glad that when I found you guys, it was a safe space to say like, yeah, like this is my shortcomings. And no one judged, bro. Like we all picked each other up, I've had failures like crazy, bro. And I'm sure like Tuan, you can even touch on that with the noodles, bro, from when you started.
Yeah, for sure.
Give us a bit of background on that, bro. Like you made your first noodles at home, right? That was the first recipe, yeah?
Jumping straight into the failures, huh?
Yeah, let's go, bro. It's honesty. Yeah, it's healing.
Damn, asking the heavy questions. So before we get into the failures, I want to let people know, like, Muscle Me, we sell high protein instant noodles mainly based on like Asian inspired flavors, because I'm not sure if it's obvious if you look at me, but I'm Asian.
Damn, but, you could fool me, dog.
And yeah, the idea came about was when I was on a cut and I was just trying to lean down. Usually when you're trying to lose weight, you have to cut out a lot of foods that you generally would eat often. And for me, that was instant noodles. And at that time, I saw a trend. Everything was sort of going high protein, starting with high protein milk tea. And nowadays you see everything in the supermarket is high protein fish, which doesn't make sense.
Facts.
But I saw there wasn't too many options for instant noodles.
Yeah.
And whatever option was on the market at the time I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
So that's when I decided, you know what? I want to do it myself. And 3 years later, we're here. It's about to launch very soon, less than 14 days. And in terms of the failures, there was many failures to get to where we are now. Supply issues, miscommunication, a lot of miscommunication, and just a lot of delays as well. We would be here all day if I were to break into the details, but it wasn't a smooth journey, bro. Definitely not. I'm sure none of us here have had a smooth journey to get to where we are today. And I think that's where, like you said earlier, like it's such a safe space for us to share our vulnerabilities. And because we have such a wide network, I'm sure each of us can help cover each other's vulnerabilities to a degree, right?
Yeah,
100%.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, to answer Christian's question, yes, I've had a lot of failures to get here, but that's how you learn.
That's
you know,
how you
and
learn,
I'm going to continue to have more failures in the future, but with these boys around, I don't see it as failures. I just see it as a simple learning lesson.
100%.
Yeah.
So how do you feel now, knowing that it's been 3 years, you've been through all of that, and your noodles are literally about to launch in like a week or so?
Feels surreal. I'll be honest. At first, it didn't quite kick in just how real this was until the noodles actually arrived, and I'm like, holy shit! Like, I can't go back now.
It's here.
It's here. I can't go back. And yeah, like I don't know. It's a hard feeling to explain, but it feels great. It feels
You should
great.
be proud, bro.
I'm very proud of where I've come. Yes, for sure. And even if we don't sell out, right? The fact that I've made it this far is such a big achievement already.
Huge,
that
bro.
I feel like I'm already winning.
Yeah.
Huge,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. 100%.
It's funny, man, how when you put that video in the group chat, how invested I didn't even know I was. I was like, they're here. They're actually here. And I was like telling people, they're like, it's not your noodles, bro, chill. But I was like, you understand, man, we've seen from day dot. And every time a video is posted, it's like, it's nearly here. This is the roadmap. This is the speed bump we've hit. This is, the crossroads we're at now. And it's like far out. And now that, people just see the end product. We're so lucky we've got to see everyone from like day dot come up. Don't get me wrong. We've had stuff in the background, but what we're working towards now, most of us have got to see it behind the scenes.
Yeah. Well, you guys were there during my mental breakdown.
Yeah.
So Yeah, you saw everything. Man. You saw the worst of it.
The ugly parts.
Yeah, the worst part of it. But then because you saw the worst part of it, I feel like that's when you can also appreciate the best part of it as well.
Facts. Well, you did it right, bro, as a founder. You know, most founders think that they need the product straight away or the product needs to be there in order to sell something. But nah, like you sold a vision, bro. You literally build your personal brand to 15K without the product even being here.
Yes.
You know, like when I tell my clients in my mentorship, like a lot of guys, they're starting clothing brands, a lot of guys, they're starting their own content journey as well. And they feel like they need the product here, or they feel like they need to be someone in order to post content. But no, like they don't understand that people are invested into people. You know, like you built that because people believed in you. You know, you showed the fuck ups, you showed the strategies to get there, you showed everything. You were just yourself, bro. And at the end of the day, with so much AI going around, with so much fucking scammers out there, people just won't trust you. They just want trust, bro. You know? And the fact that you were so vulnerable online, you showed literally everything, they trusted you, bro. And that's why your wait list was on 2-3K?
I think about 5K now.
5K? 5K? Bro, 5,000
crazy.
people waiting to buy a product that they haven't even touched,
Yeah.
haven't even seen, haven't even tasted or smelt yet, bro. How? You know, that's the power of personal branding, bro. Yo, you cracked that,
Yeah,
bro.
That's what we'll delve into with Tuan, bro. We want to get a whole insight on that. Whole insight on that.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, your personal branding is top tier, man.
Oh, thank you
top
very
tier.
much.
I remember when I first saw you, like I had never met you before, but I felt that I knew you. And that's the incredible thing about the personal brand, how transparent you were as well.
Yeah.
For me, seeing that, I was like, damn, bro, this guy knows what he's doing. Even though you showed the shit where you messed up, where this blah, 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 but still, I still saw your vision as well. And your vision was very consistent too, you know?
Kind words, bro. Thank you so
Hey,
much. man.
got you, dog.
Thank you very
But
much.
bro, if we're talking personal brands, you're the one that probably has the most unique one out of all of us, bro. Like Mexican from Texas,
So-
landed in Australia, bro. How did that come about, bro?
Shit, man, it's crazy, man. So I've been here in Australia for 12 years now. And so my family moved here from Houston, Texas. And shit, man, I was 16. I didn't know where the heck we were going. They said, we're moving to Australia. And I was like, okay, where's that? You know? I was like, the only thing I knew about Australia was Crocodile Dundee and Kangaroo Jack. Kangaroo Jack, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, so we landed here and I was like, where the kangaroos at? But anyway, so I ended up finishing high school. I didn't do too well myself. I wanted to go to university and study psychology, but I didn't know anything. My ATAR, which is the system they use here, was like 33, whatever it was. Long story short, I couldn't get into uni. I remember when I was in year 12, I had a dream one night that I was cutting hair at a barbershop. And I remember going to school the next day and telling my friends, they're like, bro, you're so stupid. Why do you want to be a barber? I'm like, oh no, it seemed pretty cool in my dream, you know what I mean?
You weren't there, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I even told the hairdresser that was cutting my hair at the time, I told her I wanted to be a barber and she was like, don't do it. Her mom was there too at the salon. And she was like, oh honey, don't be a barber. No, go to uni, do this, do that. I'm
Damn.
stubborn, you see. When people tell me no, I'll be like, I bet that's a challenge right there. Let's do it. And so I, anyway, did barber school, had an apprenticeship, and then I worked in barbershops for the last 9 years now. And in my last shop, I realized, I was like, this is great and all, but I don't feel like I'm growing, I had a great team and everything, but I just did not feel I was growing in the way that I know that I could,
Yeah.
And so I said, I want to see my full potential. And that's what I realized. And I said, okay, I'm not gonna see my full potential if I'm just doing the same thing all the time, if I'm working for somebody else.
Yeah.
I said, I need to go off on my own and build my own sort of branding. And I've always had the idea of being portraying myself as a Texan in Australia,
Yeah.
which is what I am,
100%.
There's no lie there.
Yeah, 100%.
But I never really had the courage. I never really had the balls to do it, really, at the end of the day. And so just last year, I went to a workshop with some guys, or with this one guy who was my business coach at the moment.
Yeah.
And basically it was about personal branding and all that. And I was just like, my mind was blown. My mind was blown, you know. And that, although I didn't start at that time, that was the fuel that I needed to do it, you know, to do the action. Because that's all it is, it's just action, you know. If I can sit there and think about, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, blah, 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 I can dream about it. But if I don't do nothing, ain't nothing going to get done.
So
you know what I'm saying? And so in the end, I was like, all right, let's do this, you know, fuck it. You know, and then that's why I said, like, me and Christian that one day, we were in my garage, and I was cutting his hair. You know, I had a shitty little setup there in my garage. Bro, there was all kinds of shit in the garage everywhere. If you look at the video now, you'd be like, damn, that's an ugly-ass garage.
Y'all cut hair in here?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, damn. Anyways, so yeah, we made the video, and I was like, fuck, this is cool. I was like, this is fucking dope, man. I was like, imagine if I do my own little home setup here in my garage. And so 6 months later, I started Lone Star Barber.
Nice.
You know? And obviously, you know, it's just me I'm being myself, you know, just as a Texan in Australia. So I'm playing with that here in Australia, you know?
Yeah.
It's very unique, and that's my competitive advantage
100%.
compared to sort of in my area, because I live like on the eastern suburbs, you know, it's super far.
Yeah.
But I offer a premium service, you know? And so, and I do mobile stuff too. I'm currently building a mobile barbershop, and so
Yeah.
I got too much I want to do, but in the end, we're gonna get it done.
100%.
We're gonna get shit done, you know what I'm
100%.
saying? So
100%. Yes,
that's when I found you guys here, or when Christian linked me up with all of y'all, I was like, oh shit, these guys are actually killers, bro. These guys are the real deal, you know. But it's good having that community too, because you know we can tell people, but normally people who don't have that drive, who don't have that state of mind to understand what it is to be an entrepreneur, you know, to take those risks, you know. Because if I tell people, I'm gonna go off on my own, they're like, why would you do that? I was comfortable with my job, you know, comfortable working my 9 to 5, whatever. But I was like, nah, I want to strive for greatness. I want to strive for that. I know I can be better. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm very happy to find you guys, you know.
Yo,
And it was just like a life-changing moment. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Just what Texan boy here sitting with these fools in Australia. You know what I'm saying? Never my wildest dreams, dog. You know, I give glory to God. So yeah, it's crazy.
You were saying too, bro, basically, we met through the friendship, and then you were brought to the group through the friendship. A lot of you guys, though, bro, weren't friends before, right? Like, we built a friendship here, but I guess what I want to give advice on or hear your thoughts on, how can other young men that are doing or want to do what we're doing find, like, a group or a community? Because a lot of the time, bro, you guys probably know this, your friends aren't always going to back you. Your friends are actually the ones that will tell you to play it safe. Are you sure you know what you're doing? Sometimes it comes from a place of love, which is fair enough. But, you know, sometimes there is that gray area of like, do you not want to see me do well? Is it because we're from the same area? Is it because we're from the same cultural background? You're seeing me branch off and do something different. Are you worried for me as much as you're worried for what it's going to do to you and your ego? And everyone's language is the same when we've spoken about, we've come here and felt safe to be vulnerable in mistakes, but also entrusting each other with the knowledge we've passed, bro, because JD's coaching guys, and you know, guys are paying for JD's knowledge, and we've got JD here. Like, we've got to look at that situation as well. Like, we've got someone that we can lean on that has such experience. I'm happy to always share with you guys. You're happy to share. Temoc's happy to share. How do you think other young men out there can do what we do or find what we found here?
Well, everyone always thinks, how do I find that next group? How do I get in that room? But no one actually thinks, how do I become better? Because in all honesty, I truly believe, bro, like, if you want to network with hustlers, you have to be one yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
Because at the end of the day, like, if you're just like a no one, a nobody, you have nothing going on, and you expect to get inside that room, you're not going to get in, because they have to see value in you as well. So I believe the first thing you have to do is you have to work on yourself, G. It's like self-development, bro. You know, if you want to get into state level rugby, you have to be a fucking good rugby player, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got to train your fucking ass off to get there.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the exact same thing as entrepreneurs, bro. If you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to start working on yourself. You have to invest into your own knowledge. Sometimes that means actually investing money into the knowledge. But people think that investing is just buying materialistic things, bro.
Yeah.
You know, buying gold, buying crypto, buying houses. Nah. The one thing that you should always invest into is your own knowledge. Because at the end of the day, when you strip everything from a man, that's what he's left with, his mind, his own knowledge.
Yeah.
You know? And if you don't, and if imagine that's what you build. Like you spend your whole entire life just building your own knowledge. Yeah? No one can take anything away from you, bro. Yeah, because you can always restart. So if you want to get into that room of killers, bro, you have to become a killer first.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you just naturally gravitate towards that energy. Yeah. Well, what do you reckon?
I agree with you, bro. I feel like you have to do the work to put yourself in that kind of position in the first place, right? These things don't just come by out of pure luck. You know, you have to work and put yourself in those opportunities where it's likely to happen,
Real.
right? And that's how I did it with you guys, is I just put myself out there.
Real.
But I was also working on something as well. You know, I wasn't just supporting you without doing anything on my own. And from that, we formed a connection, realized we were both doing something pretty damn cool. And now I'm here.
Bro, sorry to cut you off as well, bro, but people don't understand that networking is a skill.
Yes.
Nurturing
Oh, big
relationships
time, bro.
is a skill. You know, like Tuan, I've seen this a lot of times. Like he comments on not just mine, but a lot of people's stuff. And everyone might be like, oh, he's just trying to get into them, but nah, like you nurture relationships. You nurture relationships. Like a lot of friends that I know that are hanging out with millionaires, even billionaires now, they've nurtured relationships for like 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years, bro. You know, and then like after the second year, you know, the person who they nurture a relationship gives them a shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But that's a skill in itself, bro. You have a networking skill, bro. I've seen so many high-profile influencers comment on your videos, bro. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
How does this guy know this person?
How are you getting their attention, bro? So easy. Because, like you said, they don't give out attention easily too.
Yeah.
Because they know who to shine a spotlight on, bro.
Yeah.
So he's built it. So
Yeah.
you built the brand, and you built the energy and the environment, and then people see you connecting with others, and now they just want to connect with you as well. You know, like you have the energy, it reciprocates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think ultimately I invested a lot into relationships. Yeah, because for me, business is relationships between people at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
If they like you, they're more likely to buy from you. Yeah. So
100%.
It's true. One thing as well is you can't go into it with ego.
Yeah.
Sure, you have to have a certain sense of ego, but not ego wanting something.
Yeah.
Not just going in there just to take it, you know?
Yeah.
You gotta be human, you know?
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
We're
those
all
people can
human.
tell, bro.
Yeah, you can.
Those
you
people
sniff that
can
shit straight
tell.
away,
Yeah,
bro.
they
You
will
can
get
sniff it
that
when they
out of
want
you
something
in the
from
first few minutes of meeting you, and be like, nah, I know what you want, or I know
Yeah.
what you're about, and they'll know exactly what information to cut from you right then and there.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think going into it with the right intentions. So
Yeah.
you purely just want to push someone up for no reason, just to push them up.
Yeah.
You don't need to expect anything in return. And I feel like just investing in relationships like that and approaching networks like that, where
Yeah.
I expect absolutely nothing in return, has really helped me put me in a position where I am today. Is I just lifted other people up and I have zero expectation for them to do the same. Yeah, but fortunately they did. So yeah.
We can even like circle it back with this entire group. Like we all came in with the idea of just meeting other hustlers, meeting other like-minded people, just to connect, bro.
Yeah.
But look what we've built. This is the first podcast, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Legit, the first fucking podcast. This
Exactly.
is crazy.
Yeah.
This is crazy. And we still have other members that are going to come on here and they're going to talk as well.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you know what's crazy? We spoke about the idea about the podcast like last week, and then fast forward like not even 7 days, all of this is already here. Like speed, bro.
Speed is key.
Like once we talk about an idea, we execute.
That's the thing,
Yeah.
bro. Everyone had that, like you said, the conversation happened, and everyone was like, let's make action now. That's what's important. That's what I think other people are lacking.
And that's so rare these
That
days,
we share.
bro.
Oh,
Like
big
people,
time.
everyone has ideas, bro. But ultimately, it's about how you execute.
100%.
And execute is always the hardest part by far. But
100%.
it just can't. It just seems to come natural in this group. It's like once we have an idea, execute.
Facts.
That doesn't work, execute.
Real.
Yeah, there's no need to ponder too much about it. The moment you ponder too much, you overthink, you just don't do anything.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
What was the analogy you told us last week about the hand? Remember you were showing it to us?
Oh, yeah. So we'll finish off with this so the next group can come in.
Yeah.
But for example, okay, let's just say my phone is here. Yeah, my phone is here. So who's closer to the phone, me or Tuan?
You.
Yeah, I'm closer to the phone,
Yeah,
yeah?
you are.
So Tuan, when I say go, we're gonna see who can grab the phone, okay? Go.
He said, I'm gonna jump you, and then I'll take your phone.
Jump in the phone. Think outside the box, bro.
And that's what he did,
Think outside the
bro.
box.
That's what he did.
Entrepreneur mindset. Okay, but so when I say go, try to grab the phone. Go. Yeah. Go. Yeah. And now it's your turn to say go. But I'm still closer than you. It's your turn to say go.
Okay, go.
Yeah. Do it again.
Go.
See, like even though you were further, it's always the first person to take action that wins. You know, it doesn't matter it doesn't matter the distance. You know, it didn't matter that I was closer. It didn't matter that you were further. It's just that you took action first. That's why you got to the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speed is key.
100%, bro. And that's what we did. And on that note, guys, we're gonna let these boys exit and we're gonna bring the next group of lads in so you can meet the other boys and catch up with them.
See you guys.
See you guys.